there, welcome to Consult the Blind Guy. My name is Andrew. In today's episode, we're covering day 31 of the Leda Challenge. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. It is greatly appreciated that you're here. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Let's get into it.
Disappointed by reality, trying to come back, start something new, build up yourself, it's all to you. Stay strong no matter what they say, you keep getting better every day. Hold your head up, never gonna stop, fears and proud, stand up and shout. Stand my ground.
Hey, as I said, welcome to Consult the Blind Guy. My name is Andrew, and in today's episode, we are covering day 31 of the Leda Challenge. And for those of you who might not have been here for the month of this challenge, it is all about going live every day in August. It's also done in April. In fact, I am excited to be going to do this from now on. Every time that we have these challenges in August and April, I am going to be there because it's an awesome community. You make awesome new friends, and we're all close like family now because of this challenge. First, I would like to welcome you all to the live stream. As I said, it is greatly appreciated that you're here. If you by chance have any questions, please feel free to drop them into the chat, or if you're watching this in the replay, go ahead and drop them down there. Please put question in all caps. It makes it a lot easier for me to be able to see it and differentiate between just the regular chat. If you have anything at all, it does not matter whether it's about the challenge, personal stuff, anything like that, feel free to put it in there. I'm more than happy to answer. The only thing you're not going to get is like my personal home address or credit card numbers, anything like that. You know, that's a little bit too personal. I'll take a minute and see who's here with us. Hey, Divided by Sight, nice to see you here with us. Greatly appreciated. Kim, how are you? Nice to see you as well. Thank you for your text message. I will be checking out those apps in a little bit. Nice. No, I'll have to make a mental note of that, Divided by Sight, and maybe we'll be able to do something for your birthday here on the channel as well. So today's challenge, I'm not going to pull up my notes. I know I usually do to give you an idea of what my mission is today, but my mission is pretty simple. My mission for today here in this live stream, as well as in the Leda group, is to take a look at video 1 and video 30, which would be yesterday, and to explain what I notice for a difference between day 1 and day 30. I already know a lot of you have noticed the difference between day 1 and day 31 already because you've all been here with me this entire challenge. And if you haven't been here in the challenge with me on the daily live streams and you're watching this in replay, I'm betting you're going to notice a difference as well. And I would love to hear what you think within the comments below. So today, I figured I would do an attempt at sharing my screen. And I'm not going to play the full video, but I am going to show you a brief little bit from day 1 as well as day 30. And I'm not showing you the clips from here on YouTube, but from the actual Leda group itself, rather than showing you something you've already seen here live or possibly seen in the replay. I'm actually going to show you what I said within the group because it doesn't exactly stay 100% the same as it is here on YouTube and what gets shared on Facebook and Twitter and Twitch when we do these streams as well. So let me get this going here, and I would love if you could let me know in the chat if it's working properly or if there's any kind of audio feedback or anything like that as well, because this will be the first time in the live stream that I have actually shared something from my screen. Let me pull this up here. I'm going to click this. Click that. All right. I see a little bit of it. Now I'm going to share this one. Actually, we'll go to day 1. And if you could let me know in the chat when this video starts, if there's any kind of echo, because I don't know if it's going to play right through the laptop into you or if it's going to have the laptop audio as well as my audio. And I don't want to create feedback or anything like that. So it'd be greatly appreciated if you could let me know in a second. We will unmute and play. Yes, it does take a little bit for this to start because you will notice the difference. If you could still hear me, would you let me know, please? All right. Can you hear the video playing? Is there an echo or anything like that? It'd be greatly appreciated. Because I want to make this as best as possible for everybody here. Sorry, I'm trying to see what's going on because I can see it playing on my computer, but on my phone, I'm still seeing me, so I'm not quite sure what the hell is going on here. It should be sharing, but let's see, is that better? Gotta love the technical issues with getting things going. Can you guys see my screen at all by chance? I can't tell. I'm not seeing any comments come in to let me know, so I don't know if you can see the video or not. Number 2 is, why did you join Leda, and how are you feeling about the month ahead? I joined Leda for a couple of reasons. Okay, that's interesting. It's showing that it's supposed to be, but apparently it's not. I don't understand why. Because as I'm sure you can see right now, I am focused more on the computer than I am than looking. Interesting. Well, so much for that damn idea. That was a waste of time. I'm sorry, everybody. Because it's not doing like it should be for some reason. So it looks like that will be here. Now let's see if this works. How about that? Can you see that? See somebody on the computer itself to actually let's move this timer back. This way you can really see the full thing. Can you still hear me on the microphone? Okay, you can hear me good. I am going to shut off my microphone for just a brief minute. That way you only hear the video, because this is the whole point of me sharing the screen, is I want you to be able to see exactly the difference between day 1 and day 30. So I will be back in just a moment. I'm going to shut off my microphone. And we're going to start with our missions here. um, Number one, what would your warning label be if you had one? My warning label that I put into the group the other night was warning, unfiltered blind person. And those of you who don't know me already from being on my channel or being one of my friends will find out really quickly that I tend to tell it like I see it or how I feel about it. I do my best to give my opinion in a not so mean way, but sometimes I guess I can come off that way. Um, I have a tendency to go on rants every now and then, depending on current situations and events that's going on in society or just in life in general. And sometimes my phrasing or choice of words would be more in line with David. And that would be very beneficial if I had that little bleep button, kind of like David does, because then you'd probably hear a lot of that in some cases, not entirely, but you know what I mean. Kind of like David the other night. Anyway, number two is, why did you join Leda, and how are you feeling about the month ahead? I joined Leda for a couple of reasons. One, I have done live streaming before, but being visually impaired, it's not the easiest thing to do. Because, as I'm sure you can see me right now, I am focused more on the computer than I am then looking at the phone, because I am so used to being able to see somebody on the computer itself to chat with, from chatting with everybody else and everything for Facebook Messenger and everything else. I have that tendency of looking down here rather than up here where I should be. I know that is something that's common a lot for everyone, but I feel it's more of a challenge for me because of my visual impairment. I am legally blind, so I tend to shift my eyes around a lot to get the cataracts and everything else out of my way so I can actually see what I'm trying to look at. Which brings me to the reason that I have the slight little bit of confidence issue is if you're on YouTube and you're trying to stream and read chats, you have to come way up here like this and then lean back and then go forward like this and then lean back. And that to me is an annoyance. And I feel like I'm kind of being disrespectful and bringing down the quality of my streams because of my visual impairment and having to lean forward and lean back and lean forward and lean back in order to be able to see and read the comment. I joined because I hoped that by participating in this stream, that one, I will gain a little bit more of confidence in myself in speaking on camera and the inability of being able to read comments in the chat and things like that, as well as to open up more with sharing my experience with my eye disease and challenges that I've had throughout the years of being disabled. Hello, Rob Thomas, and thank you for coming and joining me today on my introduction. It's greatly appreciated. All right, so there is day one of my Leda challenge. What do you think of that one? There's a big difference, I think. But I'd love to hear what you think. I know Divided by Sight says that she can tell that I was very uncomfortable about what I was doing in talking about myself and things being on screen. And you can definitely agree with that one because I do. Because prior to doing this challenge, you can notice that in every one of my pre recorded videos that I've released. In fact, even my video this morning that was released was done before this challenge. And you could still notice it in there that I am kind of monotone and I might have a little bit of energy, but it's not nothing like what I have now after 31 days straight of live streaming. All right, now we are going to close that tab and we are going to go back over here and we are going to share the screen again and I'm going to swap it over to day 30. All right. And once again, I am going to shut off my microphone so you only hear the audio in the video rather than an echo or my big mouth in the background. Hey, Lita fam, how are you doing this wonderful Sunday evening or day, depending on where you are in the world? We are coming to a close on our mission, and I'm kind of sad to say it because I've actually been looking forward to seeing everybody on a daily basis. Yeah, I know we're not seeing everybody in person physically, but seeing all of your smiling, happy faces every day throughout the day for the last 30 days has just been awesome. We've all shared some very personal things, got to know each other a little bit more, become close friends. We've become the Leda fam, as I like to say, as a lot of us like to say, my brothers and my sisters. I greatly appreciate you all. Don't know if you're really understanding how grateful I am for all of you here in this challenge because you have helped me grow quite a bit. I know tomorrow's challenge is actually a good one because that is what I'm referencing. Day 1 to day 31, and holy shit, what a difference. I'm not even going to get into the specifics of that until tomorrow for the challenge, but I've been watching my videos every day, and I've actually watched a couple of them again yesterday and again today of different ones because there is going to be content within them that I will be using for my channel. And that right there is number one for my imperfect action plan is I'm going to be continuing my live streams, not daily, but I will be doing a minimum of one live stream a week, possibly two, and I will actually be taking clips from my live streams and turning them into recorded content for my channel. As a suggestion by one of our LSP fam, just Samson, who is with us on a regular basis. He has been one of my most faithful viewers this entire month and has been at every single live stream. He has given me his feedback and support and encouragement, as well as ideas on things that I can do for future videos and things like that. Excuse me. Hey, so thank you for joining me. And Diana, thank you, sister, for joining me as well. I just wanted to come on real quick tonight and knock out our challenge for the day. I wanted to do it earlier, but I have been like super busy between trying to get content done for my channel and listening to everybody else's live streams and giving that feedback, encouragement, and support, as well as thinking further on other ideas on my action plan. Because I did come up with the three, but you know me, I've been an overachiever this entire month, and that's what I plan on doing going forward, is being an overachiever. I know three things is all we're required to do, but I had to come up with more than that, of course. I'd like going deeper than what I'm supposed to. Probably a good thing, but at the same time, it's probably a bad thing. But really, it doesn't matter because any ideas on improving the channel and content and things like that is going to help. And that is my first thing that I have heard from my community already because I have begged them for the last week to give me their info on what they want. How often do you want me here? What kind of topics do you want here? I even asked them what they would like the community to be called. So now I actually have four different ideas, five different ideas that I'm going to be putting into a poll in my Facebook group for my community to vote on their favorite of them. So from now on, I will be referring to them in that manner, whether it's consulting crew or consulting crew, INC. And um, the other idea was consulting crew with the CRUE, like Motley Crew, because of the U having the double dots over it for German. I thought it would be ironically funny because of it looking kind of like a smiley face. And of course, my community being visually impaired and it looking like a smiley face, I thought that would be a nice little inside joke for my community. And they've actually stated that they want to see me at the very minimum once a week. I have decided that I'll probably be doing twice a week because I will do one towards the beginning. It will allow me to have a feedback session more or less, or a Q&A session on my videos that I release on Monday mornings. That way, if they have any specifics that they would like to go further on for that video, I'll be right there and they can ask and get answers rather than leaving a comment on it or emailing me. Pardon. I had a drumstick a little bit ago, and that their ice cream and cone is playing with my stomach at the moment. But that was my first little idea for my action plan is I am going to continue my streams possibly twice a week. So, what do you think, everybody? Is that not a big difference from day 1 to day 30? I think that this challenge has helped out immensely with me being able to gain the confidence to come on camera, share my thoughts and opinions and feelings on things, even sensitive topics, and be able to open up our community so you can actually see me for me rather than being the monotone, low energy asshole kind of feeling that you've seen in the past. And I would love to hear what you think in the comments and in the chat, what you think is the biggest improvement that you've seen with me in the last month. And again, I really cannot thank you all enough for being here and supporting me and supporting this channel and being a supporting person for everybody in our community, because I have noticed a lot of you interacting and joking and helping each other out as well in the chat and in the comments afterwards. So thank you all for being an awesome community. Thank you, Lauren. Greatly appreciated. I think I have done a drastic amount of improvement over the last few weeks. As most of you know, I have shared some very, very personal things because of this challenge. Things that I don't even tell my family have been put into this challenge and shared here publicly, as well as in the private Facebook group. And by getting all of that off my chest, whether you all realize it or not, was a very, very beneficial therapeutic session for me, because I not only shared it here on YouTube, but it's going to 3 different platforms, and then I go and do it again in the Leda group. So that has been, at the beginning, it was very nerve-wracking because I didn't want to personally share everything, but I figured if I did not share that part of me, that you really wouldn't get to see me for me, to understand who I am, what I am about, and the struggles that I've endured that I know a lot of you have endured as well. And fortunately, within our community is being blind and visually impaired or disabled in general, or differently abled, depending on how you like to look at it or word it, we deal with a lot of different struggles. Each of us has our own eyesight level or lack of eyesight completely, and we all have to deal with the discrimination and stereotypes and misconceptions within our community because of it. Granted, we may not deal with the same thing 100% the exact same, but we do deal with a lot of the same similarities in that instance. And if I would not have shared that here, I don't think you really would understand that I am here for our community, whether you're in the United States or whether you're in the UK, Thailand, Asia, anywhere in general. Anywhere in this world, you have somebody here and you have a community here who is here to support you, encourage you, and let you talk and vent and bitch and cry on our shoulders if that's what you need. Yesterday, that's what I was doing at the beginning of the stream. As though I could not see her, I still had her in my ear to listen to one of the, pardon me, Leda sisters, because she was having a rough day. And I want our community to be that way. Some of you are already in the Facebook group, and some of you have actually sent me friend requests, so we are able to connect on a personal level besides just here in the chat or in the replay or on the Facebook group itself. We have that relationship to where You can text me or call me or email me on a regular basis. Like Kim, for instance, we chat on a regular basis, whether it's here or whether it's through text or even over the phone, which I'm sure I'll be hearing from you again soon because we have a lot of different things to still talk about. But that's just for an instance. This community has created a very unique style of stream, in my opinion, because not only do we chat here and in Facebook groups, but we've created them personal one on one relationships, and we're able to confidently talk about our struggles with each other, whether it's here in the live streams or personally. Sorry, my phone's going nuts with all kinds of notifications from Facebook because today being the last day, I actually gave a token of appreciation to the Leda fam, and I gave them a free copy of my first music album that is currently in the process of getting registered for copyright. And you gotta love Facebook standards because I tagged all the friends in there that commented on my post the entire month. And because I tagged everybody, I got put in Facebook jail. But yet again, assholes. But hey, what do I do? You can't do anything about it, right? Live and learn and just not make the same mistake twice. And unfortunately, that's something that kind of sucks about today. But hey, oh well, at least I left my post up. Everybody could still get their free download of my music, and I didn't have to reshare my post into the group again. Let's see. Lauren says that there's definitely a lot less pauses. Yes, I would definitely agree. The only time I really pause now is to look down at my phone for the chat or maybe a quick pause to make sure I'm thinking of the right thing while I'm talking. And I will be figuring out a better way than sitting here looking down at this damn phone or being zoomed ultra far in on the laptop to be able to see the overlays and the chat. In fact, speaking of StreamYard and things, I was given another shout out yesterday on the StreamYard Town Hall. Thank you, Dan Engage, again for that shout out, as well as answering my community member's question. Kim, you had asked if a screen reader would work with StreamYard, and the answer is yes. They had said yesterday that screen readers should work. It may not work 100% the best, but they are still working to make improvements to improve the quality for our accessibility here on the platform. And if you have any questions, please, by all means, whether you're here in the live chat or watching this in the replay, have any questions on StreamYard or anything like that, feel free to hit me up as a StreamYard partner. I am able to reach out to them and get answers a little bit more quickly than the average user. I have a little bit more of a connection because of being a StreamYard partner that I will get answers quicker and they'll be able to acknowledge me in that sense if I'm in their town halls or anything like that. In fact, I will be getting interviewed here in the near future for StreamYard to share my experience of using the platform and why I use the platform and how I intend to use the platform going forward. I'm also actually going to have Dan and Gage both possibly here on a stream. If not both of them, at least one of them will be coming onto the stream in the near future so they can answer your questions personally themselves. Kim says I am a new man. LOL. Yes, I can totally agree with that statement, Kim. That is for sure. I definitely have noticed a drastic change from starting this channel to now. In the matter of 31 days, I have changed entirely in the way that I look at doing my streams, the way I behave on doing my streams, how I do my structure for the streams and everything. And it's all thanks to all of you. Because if it wasn't for you, I would not be here doing everything that I am. And for those of you who are new here, please, if you feel like staying connected outside of these streams, feel free to join us over on our Facebook Hangout group. You, all you gotta do is type in the search Consult a Blind Guy Hangout, and it will pop right up. It is set to private just to ensure that we don't have trolls or anything like that just popping in willy nilly, because it makes it a little bit easier to moderate for the group, because it is a safe environment, just like here on the channel. We ensure that everybody has the right to speak your mind and not fear getting hated on or disrespected within our community. If you can't follow the simple rule of being respectful to each other, you will be blocked and removed not only from this channel but from that group. So long as you can abide by that one simple rule, that's it, one simple rule, to be respectful, you will be allowed to be in the group. If you can't be respectful, then you will be given a warning, and if you do not abide by that warning, you will be removed. Just an FYI. I do have a couple questions for you. What is the career that you've always wanted? Is it something along the lines of being a content creator? Whether it's here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Pinterest, what kind of career did you always want? Were you somebody that wanted to be a video professional? Did you want to be in the fire department, a police officer, in the military? I'm curious on what your answers are, because if those are still dreams you have, I might have some resources to help you accomplish them. Now, the second question is, what is it that you're struggling with right now? Whether it's making a channel, going live on a channel, creating content, are you struggling with emotional issues because of discrimination and people being trolls, bullying, anything? What is it that you're struggling with? I might actually have a way to help you. And that's what I'm here, is to help you with whatever I possibly can. I do have a lot of different life experiences that I can give for knowledge and support in ways that I can help you. And please, if you're watching this in the live stream or in the replay, don't forget to smash that like button. It helps out the algorithm. It lets YouTube know that you enjoyed today's stream, as well as if you're a subscriber, it will keep that algorithm going so they know to give you notifications of the latest videos and live streams, because they do constantly change up the algorithm. Sometimes it does not give out the notifications as often as it used to. Unfortunately, the more that they keep changing the algorithm, the more things that we have to implement in order to make sure that you viewers get to see everything when we do it. Which brings me to the next one. Do you make YouTube videos? Are you a Twitch streamer? Do you make videos in Facebook? Do you go live on Facebook? What about on Instagram? If you do anything like that, I would love to invite you onto my channel for an interview. As I've said before in this month, and if you may have seen the previous streams before this challenge, I had a series called Why Do You YouTube? And now I'm actually thinking about changing it from Why Do You use YouTube to Why Do You Create Content? Why do you do what you do? I'm curious to hear what you think about joining me here on the stream. Would you like to be here to be interviewed? We can help you grow your channel this way by giving you more exposure, letting people get to know you for what you're doing and why you're doing it. And as I said a moment ago about smashing that like button, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can stay updated if you are new here. In fact, if you are new here watching this in the live stream, please put new in the chat or in the comments below. If you're watching this in the replay, put hashtag team replay. That way I know you were here and you got to see this video. It would be greatly appreciated. I would love to acknowledge you being here and watching this stream. Sam from the Blind Life actually has his set up, so his big old TV screen is actually his monitor. I could do that, but my TV sits way the hell over there on the other wall, and I'm not screwing with that because that's a big old pain in the butt to pull it out and get the wires run and everything else, and that's just not going to work for me. Unsung zoom text or magnifier to share screen is rough. It's so hard to see. Yes, that is for sure divided by sight. I totally agree. That's why I'm using my phone at the moment to read the chat. It's because I have the laptop zoomed in on the overlays because the lower thirds that I've created are just red lines to me. I cannot see the text on them. And then the titles underneath, though they are in caps for me, it's still hard to see them sitting back like this from the computer. So I've got it zoomed way in just like normal. And it's still a little bit hard sitting back here to know which one I'm actually looking at. So that's why you might notice me lean forward a little bit more or have my hand up here because I'm zooming in and zooming out so I can make sure of what I'm looking at and what's going on the screen. And I will be making some improvements to this setup as we go forward. As I was saying today, that was the very first time I've been able to share anything on my screen. Before, me and Lauren, divided by sight, have tried doing this, but I could not figure it out even on the free version before. But now that I actually did it successfully, you can count on it being included in the new tutorials because I will be doing new tutorials to update the old ones about the free version as well as what is available on the paid version. Of course, you won't have the absolute best when it comes down to all of the features because there are a couple features that I still do not have, like the multi-streaming to 8 platforms because I do not have the Pro package. I could have had it, but I chose to go with the basic plan for the StreamYard partner because I did not feel like shelling out $400. But there's only a couple things that are different between the basic and the pro, in which case it's very minute, like the 1080p quality and streaming to an additional 5 platforms. That's pretty much about it, I do believe. I will be double checking just to make sure. And if it comes down to it and people need that extra knowledge, I do have a couple people within the community that I could probably go to for assistance to be able to explain that. Or, as I said, I will be interviewed for StreamYard, and I do plan on having them here as well, so we can actually talk about that with them as well. Hey, Dr. Elo, what's going on, brother? Thank you for being here, cousin. Greatly appreciated. Oh yeah, Greg, freaking Facebook jail is like retarded. It they have some of the most asinine double standards on Facebook, and it irritates me to no fucking end because sorry, there's no reason that I should be able to get put in jail on Facebook for sharing memories. Nothing bad within my post at all, but because I shared multiple memories, I got put in Facebook jail. In fact, today, again, Facebook jail for tagging people in the Leda challenge so they could go get the download that I wanted everybody to have for free as a token of appreciation. And I don't think I should have been put in Facebook jail, but there's no way to dispute it because it was classified as spam by Facebook, not by anybody reporting it, not by moderators, not by admins, not by the members. It was Facebook itself that said, "Oh, you violated standards, assholes." But if you have been on my friends list, you know that I will spout off like this on Facebook to them because I can't stand their double standards. I cannot stand censorship. And same thing here on YouTube. Same thing with Google because Google owns YouTube. I will go off. I do not give two shits about their standards. I've volunteered 8 years for the Marine Corps to protect our constitutional rights, and I don't give a fuck who thinks they're going to violate them. I will not stand for it. I don't care if it's Google, I don't care if it's YouTube, I don't care if it's Facebook. I don't give two shits. If you think that you're going to violate our rights, I'm going to go off about it. Just saying. If you don't like the language, I am sorry, but I'm being my authentic me, and that was the whole purpose of this Leda challenge, is showing you the true me. And that is my honest opinion. Facebook community standards can go to hell. YouTube community standards can go to hell because there is no reason that we should be punished for saying COVID, coronavirus, or anything of the sort. It's a fucking word, for Christ's sakes. What happened to the First Amendment, assholes? You know, you're supposed to allow us the freedom of expression on these platforms. That's the whole purpose of having these platforms. Just saying. If it wasn't a part of freedom of the press, I sure as hell wouldn't be on this platform in the first place. But that is one reason I'm actually going to be launching my own website here in the near future as well, because should they decide that they want to cut me off from doing YouTube videos or doing live streams or being on Facebook or any other platform, you will at least be able to go to my own website where I will have full control over what is allowed on my platform. And I don't wanna have to do it that way, but it's actually going to probably be better there than it is here, because I will be able to stream using StreamYard to my own platform, and then I'm the one that sets the community standard, and you already know what my community standards are. No sexual harassment, no hate speech, no targeting people because they're blind or visually impaired or disabled, and having respect for each other to agree to disagree and leave it at that. So long as you can abide by that kind of mild rules, then there's no issue within our community. StreamYard is very accessible. Yes, StreamYard is doing their best to be the most accessible platform out there for us, and they are only going to get better, especially with me being a partner for the company. I am here to take any feedback that any of you have and share it with them. As I said, being a partner with them, I have a little bit more pull now to reach out to them and tell them things that I would like to see improved, things that our community would like to see improved, because that's why I am a partner. They know that I have my tutorials out there for our community. That's one reason I was made a partner, is because they use my tutorials as a resource for the community in general. Not just the blind and visually impaired, but for the overall community on StreamYard. That way, besides watching their actual tutorials from Dan and Gage, you actually see it from a user's perspective of giving that extra information on how to use StreamYard. And that's why I will be making more tutorials on using the platform as well. An additional token of appreciation to StreamYard and to our community for the opportunity. Hey, Jess Sampson, bruh. You might want to rewatch this from the beginning if you weren't here already. I did give you a shout out again today, brother. Thank you for joining us. Greatly appreciated. Let's see. Divided by site. Ooh, a better title of the series. Be happy to come on doing more content since the last time we tried doing an interview. Yeah, definitely. Uh, Lauren, I will hit you up if you are in the Facebook group and you would like to be on the channel here in the near future. I will be putting a post up in there today. I was going to do it last night, but I was trying to get so much stuff done and give, give feedback to other Leda members and watch their videos and live streams, because, as I said, today is our last day of live streaming for the challenge. So I wanted to give as much input and feedback as I could to them and get feedback from them as well. And I will be posting in our group tonight of the poll for the community name to see which way you in the community would like to have it spelt, because we've got like 5 different options for that. So I'm going to put a poll up in there so I can get your input. I'm also going to be putting up a post. That way, if you're interested in being on the channel for an interview in the future, you can comment on that as well so I can put it in a list, because I do have a lot of people recently that do want to come on and do an interview for the new series. I would also like to post in there later on today as well and see what you think about some merch designs that I'm working on as well. Lauren, I seen yours last night. I will be giving you feedback on that as well here this evening. Thank you, Lauren. Greatly appreciated. I am doing my best to keep up because, for those of you who don't know, I'm actually going to post real quick with my phone so you can see the channel name again. But I am literally 9 away from the 1K mark on my other channel. And if you're not already a subscriber on Raven's Videos 1, please feel free to check it out. And if you're interested, hit that subscribe button and bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos there as well. Just like this channel, it has things that might interest you. I will be doing a giveaway as soon as I hit that 1,000 subscriber mark of handmade gift. And I'm going to be implementing another channel, so I will have 4 channels here in the near future as well. So if you're not already over on Raven's Videos 1, it would be greatly appreciated if you join me and the community there as well. That's where I have all my native music, my music collection for native music, as well as my own music. That's where all of my recordings of myself have been before. And that's where they'll be at from now on until I determine whether it's worth it to break my music and my channel apart or leave it together. If you, if you hear the phone ringing, I'm sorry. Distracted me there for a second. Gotta love when people decide to call, even though that they know that you're doing stuff. Or, well, in most cases, people know that I'm doing stuff anyway. Yep, I got you on the list already, Greg. Greatly appreciated for a reminder. I've just been trying to do so much the last few days, and because of this challenge, I've been trying to multitask like there's no freaking tomorrow because I want to get content done for the channel so I can schedule it out. I've got my 2 books I'm trying to finish. Um, I was trying to make video overlays because I was going to have my own little bar on the bottom to have a subscribe and like button thing kind of going like some of the pros. But unfortunately, the ones from Live Streaming Pros are not compatible with StreamYard. So I literally have to make my own. And I'm having a joy of a time of doing that as well because the only video files you can upload on StreamYard at the moment are MP4. And MP4 files are not capable of being transparent videos all on their own. So I will actually be making a countdown timer that will be compatible here instead of just the standard 30-second timer from StreamYard. I'll be making some video overlays that hopefully will work. I'll be experimenting with that tonight. So it will have its own little graphics that I can use instead of just a plain lower third overlay or things like that. It's a joy of being a content creator and graphic designer to experiment and do these things. People gotta do things to piss me off. Oh. But if anybody has any questions, we are at the top of the hour. Feel free to drop that into the chat real quick. Please put question in all caps. That way it makes it a little bit easier for me to see. And I'll be more than happy to answer those real quick. If you have any questions and you don't want to put them into the live chat or in the comments on the replay, please, by all means, feel free to email me, and it's a little bit more private that way. If you're worried about privacy, I am the only one with access to that email address, and I am the one who will directly respond to you. That email address is consult.ablindguy@gmail.com, and you can hit me up there for anything, whether it's to just chat between each other, to vent, to ask for help on doing your content, or anything. Whatever it is, you can feel free to contact me there. Um, by chance, if you would like to donate monetarily to the channel, you can send that to paypal.me/RavenAndrew. All the funds from that will go to this community, whether it is getting giveaway items or monetary donations to the community in the sense of helping them out because of struggling with COVID. It will also be going to charities that I support, like the Foundation Fighting Blindness, the Retina Foundation, Association for the Blind, just to name a few. In fact, starting this month of September, any donations that come in through PayPal will be going to the Retina Foundation of the Southwest for the very first donation campaign of the month. That means anything, any kind of money that I receive as a donation over the month of September will go to the Retina Foundation of the Southwest. I am still working on the Amazon wish list of products as well for the community of the blind and visually impaired as well as the sighted. Some of the items that I currently have on the list for both parts of our community range from books to help the sighted learn about our community a little bit more, some of the things that we struggle with, some of the things that they can help us with, and how they can help us, things that they need to know besides what we've already talked about. Pardon me. I'm still having coffee burps, which I don't understand why. Excuse me. It's been a few minutes since I've had some coffee, but maybe I should take a quick sip. Maybe that'll help me quit. Some of the other items that I have on the list include talking watches, talking clocks, talking thermometers for your food and for your health, for your weight, your actual weight, not like item weight, but an actual talking bathroom scale, talking house phones, uh, mobility canes, the no jab cane and the standard cane, crooked canes, uh, magnifiers of all sizes, pocket size, lighted magnifiers, you, you name it. Everything in that list so far is geared towards both sides of our community, the visually impaired as well as the sighted. That way, it's not like I'm playing favoritisms with anybody because I do want everybody to feel equal here within our community. Rant time. I'm always on a rant. It seems like, don't it, Greg? Sometimes it's a long time that I have a rant, and sometimes it's just a quick little snippet of a pain in the ass moment that I might be having with the the community standards on YouTube or on Facebook, because it is very annoying in my opinion. I don't see how they can punish us for saying COVID or coronavirus. Why is it that they can punish us for talking about a current event that affects everybody globally, not just here in the United States? I think it's bull. And for them to punish us because of saying those two words is retarded. Somebody, whoever come up with that community standard has no damn brain. I'm just saying. Because if they did, they would know that they're violating our rights and should not be doing that. I know private companies don't technically have to abide by that, but I still say it's bullshit because it should be something that they are required to do, whether they're a private company or not. Constitutional rights do not end just because you enter into a company. The only time that you actually lose your constitutional rights in this country is technically when you enter the military or go to prison. Otherwise, you don't have any authority to take any constitutional rights. I'm just saying. And even in my opinion, it's not like you could tell some freaking prisoner that he can't speak his mind because you know them bastards inside prison are still going to spout off while they want to anyway. Hence why you have to worry about getting shanked and shit when you're in prison. Just saying. Just saying. Probably not the best example, but it's still true. And I know Just Samson, as well as Dr. Elo, can actually verify that when we entered the military, once we signed on that dotted line, that we were stripped of our rights. We know exactly what it's like not to be able to speak our mind, because if we did speak our mind while we were in the service, we would have been punished or dropped in rank or even kicked the hell out of the military because of our varying views. That is one downfall to actually being in the military, is you no longer have any rights. You are just a number. That's all they see us as a number. You're not there to look pretty. You're not there to speak your mind. You are there to do exactly what the hell they tell you to do and like it. Because if you don't, then you're going to get punished. Kim, thank you. I will definitely do that in a little bit. That's one reason I was actually saying earlier about doing some merch. I do have a few ideas, but I would like to see what everybody else thinks of those designs just to make sure it might be something that you enjoy besides just me liking it and throwing it up on the Teespring store. I'll probably even do a rant time face mask for this whole situation because that is something that I can make for the merch line as well. I also thought about doing one that said fuck Corona or fuck COVID. But of course, I can't possibly. Well, I might be able to put the actual word. I'm not sure. I have to look at the standard again for Teespring requirements. But even if I can't put the whole word, I can at least put the first couple of letters on there with the symbols to make it so it's more appropriate. But still, this is. I'm sure some of you probably don't like hearing me swear, but this is why I was saying in that video portion earlier about wishing I had the bleep button like David from Live Streaming Pros, because then I could go on my rant and sit here and swear all I wanted and just have the bleep, 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 bleep every time I did. Just Samson, thank you. That's another good idea. I will definitely add those two suggestions into my list for designs tonight, because, as I said, I'm trying to do as much as I can to be able to have funding to improve on quality and be able to buy things to give back to our community and get off of disability myself. I know I'm going a little bit over the usual hour today, but seeing as how today is actually our last day of live streaming, I think I'm going to go over just a little bit on purpose, because I want to give everybody here that value and time to be able to answer any questions you might have on anything, or even the fact that I had a video released last night that I know a couple of you got to see. But if you have any questions on that video about freelance or scrapping metal, I am more than happy to answer those questions real quick as well. Uh, oh, hey. I'm getting all kinds of notifications. Sorry about that, everyone. Uh, Yep. I'm actually working on doing that, Kim. That has been one thing that I needed to do with some of the merch I already have on there, is to give that detailed description a little bit more. Some of them already do have it, but I'm going to go further into the details so you guys have a better ability to know what is exactly on it, where it is, what colors, and everything like that. And that way, hopefully, it'll make it easier for everybody who is super low vision or 100% blind will be able to know what it is on each design. Um, I do believe I do have one on there, Kim. I will double check for you and I will let you know in a little bit, because I've got 5 different Teespring stores. Well, really, 4 of them are mine. The 5th one is one of my cousins that I manage for him. He comes up with designs, and then he tells me what he wants, and then I do all the graphics and everything for him and list them on there. That way, his ideas are out there and he can possibly make some kind of an income as well. And he lives out in the middle of BFE, so he does not have internet or nothing like that. So I do it all for him. And if you're interested in that one, that is the JPSI collection that is linked to me on Facebook as well. Just an FYI, the JPSI collection merch line is very adult eccentric. There are things on there about cannabis, there's things on there about being blind, there's adult comments and inside jokes that we've come up with on the fly, or things that we say that are more unique just to him and I that we have on there as well for those designs. It was a bit low. Yes, the video that I released this morning, as I was saying, I did 10 videos real fast, as quick as I could, and that was before this challenge. And when I did them, I actually changed the volume because to me, I do everything with headphones. And when I have these headphones on, it seems ultra loud. And I prefer to make it so that I know I'm not blowing out everyone's ears because I know that is one thing that will irritate a lot of people, especially those in the blind and visually impaired community. Because if it is super loud like that and they're not expecting it, they're going to be really, really pissed off. And I do not want to anger or upset our community by having everything like blaring loud, as I said the other day within episode 25 of why do people in the sighted community yell at us or think that they have to scream because we're visually impaired. And that's the same concept I have when it comes down to the videos is I want it to be at an even kind of keel. I don't want it too high and I don't want it too low. So I will be working on making more improvements to the audio as we go forward in the future with videos. I'm trying to make sure that they stay at a good level because listening to them in headphones and on the computer and looking at the levels on the meter, sometimes to me, when I'm watching that meter, it seems ultra loud and I don't want it to be too loud. So, thank you for that feedback. I will definitely work on making that better. Nice, Greg. You'll have to let me know how you like that talking scale. If I may, would you mind telling me what brand it is, if you happen to know? Because I've got a couple of them in the Amazon wish list, and some of the products on there have them really funky names, so I don't know how well they are or anything. I am going through to look at their product reviews and things like that as well. On this excuse me, on the site, that way I can see what people are saying, whether they like them, whether there's issues with them, anything like that. I would want to make sure that what I get for our community is actually of good quality, not crap, and going to be useful. Mm, Thank you for that feedback, Kim. I'm screenshotting that so I have that for future reference. Greatly appreciated. Because that is one thing I am trying to do is make everything for content good for our community. I don't want issues like what you just mentioned with the volume and then having your screen reader be like ultra loud. So thank you on that. I will do my best to keep the volume a little bit higher on the videos from now on. That way it's not going to make your screen readers overpowering, but I don't want it to be too loud. So maybe what I will do is I will post into the Facebook group with a sampling of that video to check out what you think of audio levels, just to make sure that they work out good. If that is something you would be willing to help me with, I would greatly appreciate it. But we are 20 minutes over the hour. So I am going to prepare to close down our stream for today. I do want to thank you all again for joining me. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. I can't thank you all enough for your support and encouragement that you have given me as well this month because of this challenge. As I said the other day, I am working on the schedule for our future live streams. I know everybody said at least once a week, but I am considering doing 2, as I said in that recorded video earlier from the Leda challenge from Facebook. I'm thinking of doing one on Mondays. That way, when my recorded videos come out, they will be released earlier in the morning. That gives everybody an opportunity to see them bright and early when they get up, instead of how I was doing it before, of periodically at any point throughout the day when I got them done. And that way, if you have any questions, you can post them onto that video, or you can hit me up here in the live stream and I'd be able to answer them in real time right for you, rather than possibly giving a general answer for everybody, because each of those topics is different. And I would like to do a secondary live stream to separate interviews of everybody, whether it's for content creation or just general interviews. I would plan on doing them later in the week. That way, I'm not overwhelming everybody with extra super long streams or having multiple things out on the same exact day or anything like that. So I will be planning on that over the next couple days to try getting everything situated on exactly what time we're going to do things and how long they're going to be and everything else. As I said, I do have a very busy schedule already before this challenge started. And now that the challenge is over, it does free up a little bit more time, which is awesome, because then I can get more work done on content. I can do our live streams. I can get more things done for my courses and things for Pat Flynn, and be able to watch the live streams from our community members as well, and be on panel and everything else. So I will be working on that tonight and tomorrow. I will be back here tomorrow, just so I will be able to give you a little bit more of info on how I plan on moving forward. If you're new here, please do not forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. It is greatly appreciated that you are here, and you may not realize it. I'm going to keep saying it, but it is a great deal of importance to me that we have this community and be respectful of each other and grow that relationship between you and I, as well as those in the chat. There's a lot of different struggles that we all deal with, and this community is a safe place for you to come and vent and receive some of that help if you need it. All right, I'm glad you agree with that, Greg. Thank you. I will definitely work on that, and we can chat a little bit more on the audio levels and things like that in the community group. With that said, I want to thank you all one more time for joining me today. It is beyond greatly appreciated. I hope that you all have a wonderful day, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are in the world. And I will see you again one more time tomorrow at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 11 o'clock a.m. Pacific Time, and we will discuss the future of our streaming schedule and things of that nature for future content and interviews and things like that as well. I hope you all have a wonderful one. Peace out until tomorrow. Have a great day.